Hola a todos, do-it-yourself Dell here again. I just would like to give you some pointers today about mounting TVs to your walls. Uh, Number one, this is a big TV. It's 85 inches. It's heavy, maybe around at least 80 pounds, maybe more. The apparatus for mounting the TV also was over 40 pounds, so it might be running, 130 pounds up on your walls. And it's important that you get certain parts of it you can't fudge on. You have to get them right, and that's putting the lag screws into the studs. I tried using the stud sensors and didn't have really a lot of luck with those. So I tried a rubber mallet with the pounding for the hollow sound versus the solid sound. When you get something solid, one of the really useful tips I'd like to tell you about is it just involves a regular hammer and a nail. It's once you know you're somewhere around that stud, what's a really valuable piece of information is to have the edge, to know where that edge of the stud is. So that involves a hammer and a nail. And you can feel the difference between that nail going into something solid versus just going through, say, a piece of paneling. So once you know that edge, you can get into the middle of the stud. And one of the deals with these walls in this house was, I felt, built on a budget. Say they were trying to save money. And the lag screws were like this. You would figure back in those days, a 2x4 was actually a 2x4, so there was plenty to sink your lag screw into. Well, what happened here was we were lucky enough, we had a professional carpenter come in and supervise the operation and make sure we were in those studs. And when I looked on the other side of the wall, which is the bedroom, the lag screws were sticking out about that far, meaning that I wasn't dealing with 2x4s, I was dealing with something. But so by way of saying, it made it that much more important that the items, the mounting hardware, was affixed to the wall in a really solid fashion. So, and that's what happened here. We got lucky that we got a professional to come in and we got that mounted right. And the thing about these TVs is this one is pretty close to the wall, but you can pull them out and you can angle it, and I can see we're still flush against the wall, and so it worked out pretty good. And basically, three areas is the hardware that you affix to the back of the TV. That's one thing. And then it's the hardware that you affix to the wall. That's another thing. And then it's the mounting of it. And this one was rather difficult. The instructions said to have 4 people lift the TV, but we did it with 2, and with me lining up the little area where the TV affixes to the mounting hardware, and that area moved, so it took a bit of doing to get it right, but right we got it. So just trying to give you a few tips about if you mount any, if you're thinking of doing this, because it does save space. It'll save you the space of a table down here, and it works out nicely that way. And you can still you can angle it to the way that you can say the door swings open, you can get it out of the way of the door, everything is nice and centered, and you can still mount it depending upon where you're going to sit and where you're going to look at it, watch your TV. You can take care of all those things. And this wasn't our first rodeo. We had a 60-inch mounted here, and that was done without a professional. I think we got 3 of the 4 lug bolts into the boards where they're supposed to be, and that was a much lighter TV. I think that was around 40 pounds, I think. And then maybe the mounting hardware, what, 20? So that was a much lighter deal, easily less than half of what this whole thing weighs. And so we had a little bit of experiencing, and that other TV is now a computer monitor. So that's the main features that I'd like to reiterate. Also, when we did it with 2 people on the 60-inch TV, but with this one required more. And even on the 60-inch, we probably should have had 3. Could have used some help on that one, but we did it with just with 2. So I hope this helps you out, and that's our intention with all of our videos. They might not be obvious to you, but that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to save you save you mistakes that we might have made, and give you tips and kind of guide you in a direction that'll be a kind of situation where you can more or less enjoy your TV rather than spend a lot of time fixing it to the wall. But it is nice, though. You can tilt it sideways, up and down. It's in there nice and solid. I didn't think the wall was strong enough to hold it, but I found out otherwise. In the test of time, it's worked out pretty good. Do it yourself, Dell. Later, dudes and dudettes. Stuck that in there. Okay. Also, after several videos, I have neglected to ask for comments. So if you can find yourself a little space and time to comment, either to maybe we're trying to guide you, maybe you could guide us with some constructive ideas or something, or maybe if what we're doing is right for you, that it helped you. Hasta pronto, hasta luego, hasta la vista.